thing too with mindset, even though you're willing to invest in your education, you also, whether you actually apply that to your business, what you learned with your education, that's a personal development issue. So even after today, you're going to learn a lot of new tips, a lot of new techniques, some really awesome ways for you to apply and make money using social media, change your social media, be able to add things to your social media account. You're going to learn a lot of really neat tips and techniques. But whether you actually go through and use that and apply it to what you're doing is a personal development issue. Whether you actually go and take action to what you've been giving, that is a personal development issue. All right, now, the purpose behind business is to make or create a customer, and the most important functions of a business are marketing and innovation. Everything else is an expense. That was a really neat quote that I got from Peter Drucker. And I know a lot of you have probably seen me share that quote a lot, but it's good. It's a really good quote. It's important because it really makes you think about where you're at and what you're doing. If you're in business to make money and you're not making sales, then you're really not in business. You're running a charity, and you've got to make that distinction between whether you're actually in business to be in business or you're just in business for a hobby. 50% of the world is 30 and under, and 96% of the millennials are on social media. So those are like the older of the 18 to 30 are on social media right now. So those are the ones that are entering into the marketplace. They're getting ready to basically be consumers, to be adults, to pay their own bills, to go on that. They're all on social media right now, and that's not going to change. If almost 100% of them are on social media, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not going to be just some fad that it's going to roll over. A lot of people were sitting around thinking that social media is going to be a fad that's soon going to roll over, but it's not. It's not a fad. It's not a fad at all. In fact, it's going to be the new wave. When television came in and it was taken over and people thought it was just going to be a fad and it became the new wave and just every house had a television, guess what? Now it's quickly going to change. It's quickly going to change to the internet because the internet has so many more options, freedoms. I remember my husband, he was, when he worked with a ministry one time, and he was talking to someone who's a very, very prominent, well-known TV minister. He's talking to one of his head guys, and he was saying that he was talking to him, this was about, I think, it had to have been about 4 or 5 years ago, and he said, he was talking to the guy, and he was saying, well, what do you think about TV going out and internet replacing it? And the very prominent guy's like, oh, no way. There's no way. There's no way that the internet will ever replace television shows. Television's always going to be here. No one's ever going to pay to watch videos online. Well, if you look today, people are paying to watch videos online. It's going to change, guys. It's slowly moving in there. Right now, videos are one of the biggest things that are taking over the internet right now. And we're going to talk about that later today, too. Now, when you look at this, I want you to kind of study what they do, and I want you to apply this to kind of where you are at to see if it could work for you, because it's fun to look at different ideas. I always say, and it's not from me, it's actually from one of the people I've mentored with. His name is Hans Johnson. He has a DA hat, which I'm sure you guys can fill in the blanks and figure out what DA hat is, because most people wear it when they do something stupid. So, we always say, if you try and reinvent the wheel, you need to wear a DA hat. So basically, don't reinvent the wheel. If someone does something and it works, why try to reinvent it? Just do what they do and just do it better. Here is Curbside Cupcakes. They have, by using social media, they had increased revenue, they had increased brand exposure, and they had a huge explosive excitement about their business. Coffee Grounds is in Houston, Texas. They increased their revenue, doubled their traffic, and increased their PR coverage. This is another way to do it too, is basically they're the first place to receive a to-go order via Twitter. This is Gary. This one is a really neat one that I like because it's a good example of basically just how simple Facebook can be if you're willing to just apply the skills, if you're willing to just play the game. Gary, he has his own family business, and basically what he did is, you see, he took his business from 4 million to 50 million using social media. He found out during this whole thing he spent $15,000 doing direct mail. He got 200 new customers from that. Not bad. He sent out $7,500 on a billboard. He's got 300 new customers for that. But here's the kicker. He didn't spend any money on Twitter at all. And he got 1,800 new customers from it. So when you're looking on return on investment for what you can do, the best return on investment, especially in his, if you look at his scenario, would be Twitter. By far. It would be social media. By far.